Hi, I'm Eric Cahey, and I'm here to talk about how to swap out the pads on the Salomon Quest Pro 120, specifically the Alpine touring pads for the Tech touring pads. This is taking the standard pads which come with the boot, which look like this, and these are designed for standard downhill resort style skiing, and then you swap them out for the heel and toe inserts, which have the more aggressive Contagrip style sole. This is a really tacky rubber here, and has locations for mounting hardware, so that you can set your boots up for backcountry skiing. I looked at a couple of different boot and binding systems in my search, and ended up settling on these because the number of factors. I mean, there are certainly better systems out there. They're quite a bit more expensive. These offer a good combination of cost, fit, for me at least, and with the custom shell, they actually fit very nicely, and I do recommend getting some footbed inserts after getting those. These are some very, very comfortable boots for me. The biggest questions I had in getting these were how you were going to go from the stock toe piece and heel piece, I'll show the heel in a second, to the touring pad piece, because there are boots out there that have these mounted stock, but they do run quite a bit more. If we look back at the heel, so here's the stock heel, just again resort style downhill heel, and then here is the right boot, which has already installed, I just did this one, all the hardware, everything you need, and again, as I showed you a minute ago, much more aggressive heel, so that you'll have better traction if you have to get off the skis and climb. So all this takes is removing 4 screws on the toe piece, which I've already pulled on the left boot, and 3 screws on the heel piece. And both of these, once you've pulled off those screws, they basically just pop off. You're going to grab here and push forward, and it slides off easily, and set that aside. And then I'm going to grab my other remaining toe piece here, and I've got all my hardware set up inside these because I realized the screws, these little, about 1 centimeter screws that you get, are slightly different between, and I just tossed one over here. They are slightly different between the Alpine pads that come stock and the touring pads. The Alpine pads, while being, the hardware at least, while being virtually the same height, it is tapered at the top. It's hard to appreciate here on the video, but it's tapered down and maybe about 1 millimeter shorter. So I would make sure that you keep your hardware separate, so that if that extra bit of untapered thread turns out to be important, you certainly don't want your hardware to fail on you. Anyways, you take that touring pad and it just slides on, and at that point you just pop in your screws there and you're set. And then you do the same, you pull these off, and then this will pull off to the rear, and you pop on your heel pad. The only extra thing that you have to do with the heel is once the heel pad is on, you then have, of course, this spot where you mount the metal hardware for your binding. And this piece just pops in right there, and then you have a longer screw, this 1.5 inch long screw, which then you go in there. And all of these, they say, if you look at these directions, pretty self-explanatory. They clearly sell these in many different countries. You know, they're indicating no power tools, and I would agree. You certainly don't want to strip out your boots. That would not be good. But as they indicate here, you just pull all the screws, slide these off to the end, push on your new inserts, mount all the screws, and put that long piece through your heel hardware. And just to be sure, they're specifying again, no power tools. It's a pretty easy swap. I did this one, my right boot, in a few minutes. But again, just wanted to let you guys know that the system looks pretty solid. If you're looking at buying, I would not worry at all about these boots. Just know that it adds about $90 to the cost, and that's US, $90 US to the cost of the Salomon Quest Pro. Anyways, this is Eric Cahey, again, talking about swapping out Alpine touring pads for Alpine pads for touring pads. Thanks for watching.